Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Hi, I'm Linda Marson. In this video I'll show you how I use one of the most popular tarot layouts, the Celtic Cross. When it comes to reading tarot, there's no one way of doing anything, so you'll find other versions of this layout. What you need to do is simply settle on one that suits your way of reading. Let's look first at the overall structure of the layout, which has two distinct components. The first is a cross, a shape which in many respects resembles a compass. This cluster of cards has your issue or question at the centre, card 1, with different aspects or directions to consider. Something right in front of your face, that's card 2, the crossing card. Something to the left, the third card, the past. Something to the right, the fourth card, which is the near future. Something below, card 5, the basis or underlying energy, and something above, card 6. I use this position to represent what you later realise with the benefit of hindsight. The staff or wand on the right moves your issue or question into the external world, into a broader context. Card 7, the energy or attitude you're projecting into the outer world. Card 8, the external environment in relation to the issue. Card 9, your hopes and or fears. And the final 10th card, the possible outcome if you proceed along the current path. This outcome is definitely not set in concrete. The reading may open your eyes to other options. You have free will and can change course if you'd rather see a different outcome. I usually ask clients to select additional cards to clarify the message coming through. Clarifiers can go on any card, but I tend to focus on the near future, possible outcome and hindsight positions. Now to the process and the type of reading I find suits the Celtic Cross. In the video on tarot navigating through difficult situations, I demonstrate a 7-card layout for questions such as how to proceed in a situation, what to do to improve a relationship, and so on. I use the Celtic Cross for more general readings and always have clients agree on a time frame. I help them formulate a question along the lines of, what do I need to know about how a situation will develop over the next 6 months or 12 months? Or it can be as general as, what do I need to know about my life over the next 6 months? This immediately gives a time frame to the card in the near future position. The need to know aspect of the question sets an intention to focus only on key issues that need to be considered. I ask clients to shuffle the cards while repeating their question over and over in their head or out loud if they wish. They stop shuffling when they feel their higher self is ready to channel the answer through the cards. I then deal the cards from the top of the deck. For clarifiers, I fan the cards on the table and ask clients to select cards at random, asking, tell me more about whatever card we happen to be focusing on. You can, of course, use the Celtic Cross to do a reading for yourself, and that's what I'm about to do. The key to reading for yourself is to read the cards as you would for someone else. Tarot Nav will be released within a month or so of this video being made, so here's the question I asked my Tarot GPS. What do I need to know about sales of Tarot Nav over the next 12 months? The absence of pentacles in future positions was the first thing that struck me. I was asking about sales, so it would have been lovely to see the 10 of Pentacles rather than the nasty 8 of Swords in the possible outcome. However, overall I felt the reading was positive. Judgment representing the issue, the imminent release of Tarot Nav, was perfect. Right now, as I make the final video, I'm rejoicing in the transformation of my book and videos, Ticket, Passport and Tarot cards, into a unique set of tarot learning resources. And the transformation and joy goes beyond the production of Tarot Nav. I'm also rejoicing in the way tarot and travel have transformed my life. The theme of rejoicing is reinforced by the Three of Cups in the basis or energy underpinning the coming 12 months. The Queen of Pentacles in the past 6 months is me in my work garden producing the videos and ebook. It would also include the money I raised through a crowdfunding campaign to cover costs associated with using the card images and the tarot music. The Nine of Pentacles as the crossing card can be interpreted in a couple of ways. This woman is comfortable in her garden. She is successful in the material world, the Nine Pentacles. It's now time to enjoy the fruits of her labour and focus on spiritual needs. I often see this card as someone who has built a successful business working independently. And I've worked in this way for almost 30 years, so as the crossing card it could be seen as something that will help me sell Tarot Nav. However, it could also be a hindrance. Maybe I can't do it on my own, maybe I need to bring in other people. The King of Swords in the position of the external environment could signal the need to find someone with the skills to act on my behalf, an agent in dealing with distributors, for example. As a general rule, I see court cards as the person receiving the reading. They indicate personality traits or ways of behaving in relation to the issue being explored. However, when a court card appears in the position of the external environment, it probably refers to someone else. The Page of Wands in the hopes or fear position indicates that I'm excited about this new venture and hoping it will flourish. It could also be a fear, indicating that I feel out of my depth, that I'm a novice in the area of generating a steady stream of sales. The Three of Wands in the position of the energy I'm projecting out into the world shows me confident about what I've already planted, the two wands in the ground, and I'm ready to take on the challenge of sending the third wand, the one I'm holding as the Page of Wands, out into the world and watching it grow. In the near future, I'm the Page of Swords, out there communicating my ideas, but possibly a little defensive. This could stem from doubts about my ability to handle the cut and thrust of open discussion and debate. This leads me to a possible secondary meaning to the King of Swords in the external environment. It certainly indicates the possibility of engaging someone to help me generate sales, but it could be indicating that people out there in the tarot world see me as a King of Swords, someone able to articulate ideas clearly and logically. Maybe my higher self is saying, when you find yourself thinking like the Page of Swords, stop and see yourself as others see you, the King of Swords. Justice in the hindsight position indicates that by the end of the 12 months, I'll see that I made all the right decisions as I developed and launched Tarot Nav. Justice is often called the karma card, the card about looking honestly at cause and effect in relation to what you've done throughout your life. In the Major Arcana videos, I use stories from my life to illustrate the meaning of the cards. During that process, I definitely lived the energy of the Justice card. Without going into detail, it's interesting to note that justice sits on the path I walk in this lifetime on the Kabbalistic tree of life. It links Gevura, the sphere of harsh, unemotional judgments, to Tiferet, the sphere that represents who you are, how you define yourself in the everyday world. Now to that annoying Eight of Swords as the possible outcome. If I continue in my current way of thinking about how to generate sales, I'll end up trapped, unable to see my way forward. I certainly don't want that outcome. Fortunately, my Tarot GPS has given me a strategy. Invoke the King of Swords energy and cut through the ties that bind me. Remove the blindfold and see that the way forward is clear of obstacles. Now to clarifying cards. I drew one card to tell me more about the Page of Swords and one about the Page of Wands. The Page of Swords is distracted, unsure of what to do with his sword. The Star, as the clarifying card, tells me to relax and enjoy the bright future that lies ahead. This is the calm after the storm implied by the preceding card, the Tower. I'm now clear about who I am. I'm no longer hiding anything. The Page of Wands is looking out from the spread. What am I looking at? How do I see my wand growing? The Emperor. Success. A solid structure on which to build my future. The Eight of Swords. If I invoke the energy of the King of Swords to cut me loose, what lies ahead? I'll be the Queen of Cups, confident in my creative and psychic abilities as a tarot reader and teacher. I no longer have to wonder where to place my next wand. The Queen has her back to the Two of Wands. I'm looking towards a life of creative and fruitful relationships with others who share my passion for the healing power of spiritual practice and tarot in particular. The Two of Cups. Finally, over the next 12 months, how do I come to realise the karmic significance of the Tarot Nav project? By celebrating with friends and family, the Four of Wands, a happy echo of the Three of Cups as the energy underpinning the year. By adopting a methodical approach to generating sales, the Knight of Pentacles, and by turning preconceived ideas on their head, by waving goodbye to ways of thinking that no longer serve any purpose, by being patient and by trusting that the universe will bring in what I need, the Hanged Man. Finally, the all-important executive summary. Celebrate your achievement. Don't hide your light under a bushel. Let go of feelings of insecurity. Generate a steady stream of sales by forming partnerships with others who will happily spread the word about Tarot Nav because they see the value of what you have produced.
Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I hope you found my approach to reading the Celtic Cross helpful. As always, the key is to link the cards to tell a coherent story that answers the specific question being asked, or if you're doing a general reading, there may well be parts of the story. There may be cards that relate to the person's work, others that relate to their family, and so on.